Hey guys, this is John Lee Hilliard from JT's Vending. Um, Hope you guys are having a blessed day. Today is Monday, July 22nd. But I want to show you real quick before we start today's devotional. Tais-toi alors, tu n'aimes pas. Tais-toi. Show you guys this. So, right here you have my flippers, and then you have my wife's pair, and then you have our 12-year-old his pair, and then right at the end you have our 2-year-old flippers. Everybody got their flippers and snorkel gear. So we use it. We got hers. We got both of theirs in Florida. We got ours in Florida as well. But we went out there and just got them some so they can kind of practice here at the pool. So when we do take that, when we get our finances in order and we take that big trip to either back to Rhode Island or Florida, our children will be we'll be to have some experience with scuba, like snorkeling and scuba gear. So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that. I just thought those little baby flippers were so cute. My son has his, and I can't wait for everybody to have theirs on and trying them out. So, like I said, today is July 22nd, and we're jumping to the daily devotional for today. So, first of all, I would like to say thank you guys for rocking with us, all 573 of our subscribers. Thank you guys so much for being on our YouTube channel. Thank you for just remaining loyal to our channel and just helping us grow. We appreciate the watch time we're getting. We know you guys have been watching the videos because it shows us like our watch time is growing. And we just thank you from the bottom of our hearts. To our new subscribers, thank you for deciding to rock with us. Then we just got 2 or 3 new people. But I just want you guys to know, in the next few months, you know, we're focusing more on like strength and wisdom and budgeting and finances, because you know winter is coming, as they say on Game of Thrones. So we know this. It's July. You know, in the wintertime, you're going to want to slow down and have a lot of family events for the holidays and stuff. So therefore, it's July. Prepare for it. So in our household, we think winter all summer, and we think summer all winter. So that means our finances and our budgeting goes around in that kind of order. So what I mean by that, in the wintertime, we're buying summer stuff. In the dead of winter, we're buying summer stuff. Clothes, shoes, anything we want outside on a budget. We're buying the things that we need for the summer months, during the winter months. During the summer months, like now, we're buying winter stuff. We're getting ready for when winter time gets here. And one thing we're doing within the next few months, we're just putting away money. We're adding money to our savings account to build that up, just in case a pipe burst or something happen around the house. We have those funds available. We know it might not happen, but it's a 50-50 chance that it might happen. So we just trying to be prepared. So let me get into the daily devotional and stop ranting about budgeting and being prepared, and I'll finish covering what we're doing this month. So let me get this out of the way. The title of this daily devotional is "Strong Words and a Strong Walk." But to the wicked person, God says, what right have you to recite my laws or take my covenant on your lips? You hate my instructions and cast my words behind you. What does God think? Oh, sorry. That's Psalms chapter 50, verse 16 and 17. What does God think of people who speak the word with their lips but live an entirely different life with their actions? Pause right there. This is gonna be a bad one right here. Some of you may not like this. I don't have a problem with it from what I'm reading so far. But you guys know I don't read these ahead of time. I read them as I'm on camera, and from what it's saying. Like, what does God think of people who speaks the word with their lips, so the words that come out of their mouth, I'm a Christian, I'm saved, I'm this, but they live an entirely different life with their actions. They treat their fellow man less than. They hate people because of the color of their skin. They judge others and deem them less than human. They're rude to people because they haven't, their ego takes over. Yeah, people that does that. They exalt themselves over others. So anyway, let me finish this up because y'all know I'll rant. When he says, I will tear you to pieces. Psalms chapter 50, verse 22, if you want to go and check it out. The answer to that question is perhaps too emphatic to keep us comfortable. Today is not so different from biblical days. So many live a life where their seen and unseen actions do not remotely match up with the words they claim. People walk in sin and wonder why God doesn't seem to be at work in their lives. God's heart for us is to not only proclaim truth, not just speak it, but walk in the power of the truth. So don't just talk about it, be about it. If you're going to talk it, walk it, live that life. Not living as we please by living to please, but living to please God. To live in victory, acknowledge any besetting sin in your life, confess it, and ask the Lord to continue to strengthen you in your pursuit of truth, that your words and actions may be as one. The joy, peace, and freedom that reign on the other side of obedience are incomparable. Father, may my thoughts, my words, and my actions all proclaim your truth. May God add a blessing to the hearers and the doers of his word. Bam, that was a nice one. That was by far, so far, this year, my best daily devotional. Strong words and strong walk. So the old me would have had a problem with this because I always claimed to be a Christian, or I claim to be saved and claim to do these things. I know who God is, but I wasn't really, I knew who he was, but I wasn't living it. Now, at this point in my life, 39 years old, I'm living it. I've been living it for the last 2-3 years, and my life has gotten exponentially better. And a lot of it, when I mean by better, I mean I've been through a lot of hard stuff even harder things these last 3 years. But by yielding my life to Christ and having faith in him, I truly understand what it means to put it in his hands and leave it to him. So I have that peace that surpasses all understanding. I know that no matter what I do, as long as I yield my life to Christ, I confess it and I ask the Lord to continue to give me the strength to do the thing on this earth that he put me here to do in a way that pleases him and serves as many of my fellow men as possible. I can't be stopped, baby. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. No one can stop me living my life for Christ. No one. Simple as that. So the old me would have had a problem with it, but this John, I'm good. So those of you are out there now, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not a super saint. I'm not perfect at this. But what I do, I focus on when John egotism get in the way or pop up, because it pop up often, I just go, so in my head, or sometimes I say it out loud so to stop me from saying something crazy, I go, so if I'm dealing with, like, let's say my wife or kids or something, in my head or out loud I go, if what I'm about to say Will it bring me closer together to the person that I'm talking to, or it bring me further apart? And how I answer that question will be determined how I respond. Because if I go, oh, that's going to make things worse, I say the opposite. Or I say, okay, nothing. Because, and that's dealing with my family. That's dealing with my wife and my children. But if I'm at work and I'm dealing with a coworker, or I'm dealing with a customer, more than likely a customer, I go, how would things be if everybody in this world was just like me? And a lot of times that helped me go, okay, you know what? Look, I apologize for the misunderstanding. Truly, it wasn't intentional for me to do A, B, C, X, Y, Z, whatever I did. Is there any way I can fix the situation? And they could be yelling at the top of their lungs, and it don't it. That my ego has been suppressed to the point where I go, if they're yelling, I've been yelled at before. I don't go, oh, you yell at me. I ain't no kid. I let them finish yelling, and I let them know when you get done, and we'll have a conversation, and you can always talk. We can talk later. But me yelling and screaming and fighting people, it's not in me. Unless I'm like they physically touch me, then that's different. But just words, knowing that I am in control, I'm the master of my soul, the captain of my faith, meaning I need to make better choices. I need to use these words to build up my fellow man instead of tear down, trying to make someone feel less than so I can feel better. That's not, even with my wife, she know if she, my wife has this thing where she wants to be right anytime we have a conversation. I love my wife with all my heart, but she wants to be right.
Hey
And
guys, I apologize for interrupting the video you're watching, but I wanted to bring 2 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 7 to you. God loves a cheerful giver. We're here asking that you guys donate into our ASER program, which is ASIR, meaning a step into reality, and help us continue to go into these low income areas, teaching young men and women how to budget so that when they become old, they won't depart from those ways. Budgeting is a lifelong skill. It's one of those skills that inner city public schools do not teach you. We all know as adults, you get that in private school, but public schools, they don't focus on the financial aspect of children need to learn to survive when they leave high school. So, with that being said, we ask that you guys go to our website right up here, and at the very top of the page, you'll see a donate button. Donate whatever your heart leads you to donate, whatever God puts on your heart to give. But we just ask that before you press that donate key, you just do a quick prayer. If you're a Christian, quick prayer asking God to help our ministry move throughout those communities that need the bigger impact of this financial literacy coaching that we have. Our coaching comes from Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University. It comes from the personal finances from the middle school, the elementary, middle school, and high school curriculum. And we teach it from a fully interactive standpoint so that more young men and women can grasp the concept of what we're doing through playing a game and interacting with it so it'll stick better. So guys, thank you. If God put on your heart to support us, please support us financially if you can. If you can't support us financially, please continue to watch these videos. It helps the algorithm pick us up and it gets us out to more men and women so more of the young children that are on social media can see that we're coming to the area as quickly as possible, trying to push financial literacy and help them build that financial aptitude so they won't spend their lives spending all their money to look fake rich and end up real broke. So thank you guys so much for supporting us, and back to the show.
I'll call her when she do say something, and I said, well, do you want to be right, or you want to help me understand? because those are two different paths that you'll have to take. And if you go out of your way to try to be right, along with hurting someone's feelings, then you just want to be right. So now your ego is the problem, instead of trying to give out factual information. So it's easy to read these words and say, "Oh, I'm a Christian. I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. I love God," and then get in the car and have road rage. So I can. This is a nice topic, man. This is an outstanding topic. If you want to go back and read it, Psalms chapter 50, verse 16 and 17. And you can also go to Psalms chapter 50, verse 22, if you want to check it out. But guys, we need more people to understand that we have to be kind to one another. You have sadly, you have our government, you have other people with outside of our government, you have people inside of our government, you have people in the United States, you have people in your family and your community that hate people just because of their own internal reasons. And we have enough, if you look on the news, cut the news on. We have enough hate out there. We need more people to just be kind. You don't have to love everybody and go kumbaya and dance elbow to elbow and give them everything you have, but just being kind to your fellow man, no matter the color of his skin, no matter what he looks like, no matter what kind of car he drives. Be kind. Just being kind to your fellow man will help your heart. It will soften your heart toward mankind. And take it from me, I didn't do it for a long time. So that's what I got from this message, and it was an outstanding daily devotional for me today to hear it, because I used to do that. I used to say I know God and I know Jesus and all this and blah blah blah, and then I go out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm a jerk, and then Sunday I go to church and I'm kind and I'm nice to everybody at church. But as soon as I get in the car, I got road rage. I'm screaming, "Get out of the way, get the F, blah, 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 blah." No. You can't go to church, worship God, and then leave church and then pop off on people. So, and you got to understand, guys, just going to church does not make you a follower of Jesus Christ, does not make you a Christian, does not make you holier than thou because you go to church every Sunday, because you in the choir, because you are an usher or deacon, because you attend children's church or you help out at church. That does not make you a Christian. You have to walk by faith and not by sight. Strong words and a strong walk. Let me cover this one more time, and then we'll call it a wrap. So it says that what does God think of people who speak the word with their lips but live an entirely different life with their actions? Just think about that. Let that sink in. On your own, I know we can't start to assume what God thinks, because He's God. We don't have that capacity. But just imagine a thought experiment, if you will. What would God think of people who praise and worship and go to church every Sunday and then beat their wives or abuse their children or don't provide for those in their household, and they say, "Oh, I know the Bible and thou shalt not this, and I know the commandments," but then Monday through Saturday they're mean to their own family, they're mean to people on the street. And Christ tells us how you treat your fellow man is how you treat me. So if we can't learn to love our fellow man in spite of, and just be kind to each other, you can't, there's no way that God is going to come in your heart. Like it says right here, God's heart for us is to not only proclaim truth, but walk in the power of truth, not living as we please, but living to please God. By us being on this earth, living to please God, meaning being kind to our fellow man, that's pleasing God. So, thank you guys so much. Hope you guys enjoyed this daily devotional. it was. I like this one. It brought things home for me, because it's just it's so many people out there. You can cut on the news and cut on the TV and see people, with one of these on, cross or kind of like a crucifix or whatever, and out there robbing people and stealing and robbing their ATM machines and shooting people in the streets and doing all kind of unnecessary things. But, they wearing this as jewelry, and they say, oh, I'm a Christian or I love God, but then they're doing the opposite. So y'all know I keep going, I keep rambling. So you guys be safe out there. Have a blessed day. If you can do me a favor, go and watch our latest video. It's 15 ways to help you get a budget started, but it'll feel like you got an income boost. And go back and watch that video for me. Just trying to get some views on that. And so we're doing number 5 out of that. What is number 5? I know it's the budget. Remembering each month has a different budget. So this month we have school starting back, school supplies to get, and all this stuff. So all of this was in our budget, and we were aware of it. So this month will look different from next month when school actually starts. And what is he playing? Cello? He'll be playing the cello, and is it choir or choir? So, orchestra. He'll be playing a cello and orchestra, so that's an extra fee and stuff like that. And we know that's coming up. So number 5 for us is remembering on the budget list, remembering that each month is different. So a lot of times you got kids, you're gonna have things that come up that are different each month. So you got to prepare for it. So thank you guys so much. Go back and check out the 15 budgeting tips video. I truly appreciate it. I've just posted it like Saturday or Sunday. So thank you so much for your support. Have a blessed night. Au revoir. À bientôt. À la prochaine.